All right, so the Ravens have won the AFC North and secured the number 3 spot in the playoffs this year. It's looking like we're either going to play the Steelers or the Chargers in the wild card round. But after the Steelers lost to the Bengals, it's looking like it's most likely going to be the Steelers because I don't think the Chargers want to play us. And if they win tomorrow, they'll be able to play the Texans, which will look terrible instead of traveling to Baltimore and playing us where we're clicking. Now, either way, both games are going to be tough. The Steelers or the Chargers will be a tough game. Playoff games always are. But if the Ravens just do two things, they will be successful in the playoffs and ultimately win the Super Bowl. But before we discuss those two things, I want to briefly talk about the issues I saw throughout the season and if we address them. Starting with number one, Harbaugh just has very questionable in-game coaching decisions with wasting timeouts when he should be saving them for later in the game, making just questionable challenges that don't make sense and are like it's just wasting a timeout, and the play wasn't that 50-50. So just things like that just have really hurt the team. And honestly, over the latter half of the season, or not at least the last few games, I think Harbaugh's been doing a great job. I haven't really seen any Harbaugh gaffes. Please let me know in the comments if there has been one, but I haven't seen one. I haven't heard his name in a while. I haven't seen the fire Harbaugh chants or the fire Harbaugh post in Reddit and the Raven subreddit. So that issue has been addressed, I think. I think Harbaugh has been doing a better job of managing the game. Number two, the defense. It had to improve. Now, I think everyone here can objectively agree the Ravens defense has significantly improved from the beginning of the season. I mean, we were bottom 5 in pass defense for like the first 6 or 7 games, and everything changed when two things happened. One, we hired Dean Pease as an advisor to the defensive coordinator, Zach Orr. And then on top of that, more importantly, we benched Marcus Williams, our super expensive safety that for some reason just forgot how to play football, to be honest. I don't know what happened to him. And then Eddie Jackson was also terrible. But now we put Kyle Hamilton in his natural safety spot, and it's literally been like a switch went off or a night and day change from how our defense has been performing, specifically our pass defense. We are locking people down now. Nate Wiggins just had a pick six, rookie, looking like it's another hit, first round pick hit by Eric DeCosta. Every dollar counts. Kyle Hamilton, beast. Marlon Humphrey having an all-pro year. Kyle Van Noy, double-digit sacks. Odafe Owe, double-digit sacks. I mean, it's just amazing what the Ravens defense has become in the latter half of the season. So that issue has been addressed. Now, we are 2 for 2 right now. With the third issue I saw was penalties. We are the most penalized team in the NFL, and it looked good. I think it was against the Texans. Yeah, I believe it was against the Texans. We didn't really have any penalties. We had 2. And it was looking like we were trending in the right direction, but we had a decent amount of penalties in this game against the Browns, and especially on offense, and it really killed a lot of our drives. So I'm going to say this issue hasn't been fully addressed yet. We got to fix our line of scrimmage penalties, specifically like the illegal shifts and the holding calls when Lamar decides to run, or he likes to scramble, but he's going to pass it, but the linemen think they're running it, so they start holding people in front of them instead of blocking. So just these issues need to be fixed. Hopefully Todd Monken or the offensive line coach or Coach Harbaugh really addresses these before the wild card round, and we'll just gotta hope for that. Now, moving on to the 2 things I think the Ravens can do to be successful in this year's playoffs. Number 1, don't panic. The Ravens have a tendency to panic. For example, Lamar Jackson, whenever we're down, I've seen in prior years, whenever we're down some points, a possession or 2, he starts to play hero ball, which leads to him making very dangerous throws and dangerous decisions, which then in turn leads to costly turnovers that lose us the game. On top of that, it's not just Lamar. Our coaching, especially on offense, tends to panic as well. Well, the most recent example and the most painful example is the AFC Championship last year. We did not run the ball, even though it was our strength. We barely ran the ball. And that's because we panicked when we were down and started throwing like crazy. And that led to us losing. As long as the Ravens don't panic and stick to their game plan, they will succeed. And that's my number 2 thing. Stick to the game plan. The Ravens are a old school, traditional, run first, pass-second offense. We establish the run in order to open up the passing lanes. Let me repeat that. Establish the run in order to open up the passing lanes with play-action passes. Now, I don't care if we're down at 7 points, 10 points, 14 points early in the game. We cannot abandon the run game. We need Derrick Henry to wear down the defense throughout the entire games so that when the fourth quarter comes, that defense will be making business decisions and Derrick Henry will pop out for those long 20, 25-yard runs that he has typically in the fourth quarter. That's what we need to do. If we do those two things, I believe the Ravens will win this year's Super Bowl. And if we do go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to attend that game, and I'll make sure to take a lot of videos and post them as well. And there you have it. All the Ravens need to do for these playoffs is not to panic and stick to the game plan. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and go Ravens.